The 50th edition of the World Economic Forum taking place in Davos brings business leaders, world leaders and representatives together on one table to discuss issues of mutual concern. On day 4, the Venezuelan opposition leader Juan Guaidó has said his country needs support when it comes to the political situation. The president of the Venezuelan Assembly and self-proclaimed head of state of the country defied the travel ban that was imposed by Nicolás Maduro's regime. EU countries that recognize Guaidó as the interim president of Venezuela have imposed economic sanctions on 25 Venezuelans close to Nicolás Maduro. Speaking at the World Economic Forum, the German Chancellor Angela Merkel said the world needs an open dialogue regarding climate change in order to bridge the gap between the skeptics and believers, since time is running out to cut down on emissions that drive global warming. The German Chancellor has criticized the premature scrapping of the nuclear deal with Iran and said that it would be wrong to abandon an imperfect deal with nothing better in place. These are the key highlights of her address.
Und deshalb drängt die Zeit und deshalb müssen wir, die Älteren, auch aufpassen, ich bin 65 Jahre alt, dass wir die Ungeduld der Jugend positiv, konstruktiv aufnehmen und als etwas verstehen, was natürlich bedeutet, sie haben einen ganz anderen Lebenshorizont, der geht weit über 2050 hinaus. Und da fragt man sich schon, was man von dieser Welt noch hat, an Artenvielfalt und an Klimaverträglichkeit. Und deshalb sind wir zum Handeln. Aber insgesamt sehe ich die effizienteste Weise, Wohlstand für die Welt zu erzeugen, immer noch in funktionierenden multilateralen Organisationen. Dazu gehört zum Beispiel die Welthandelsorganisation. Die muss reformiert werden, da stimme ich dem amerikanischen Präsidenten zu. Aber sie muss wieder funktionsfähig gemacht werden. Und dass wir im Augenblick keine tagenden Schiedsgerichte haben, ist im Grunde ein Ausdruck des Nichtfunktionierens.
Over 100 billionaires, more than 50 world leaders have gathered in Davos to discuss global issues that have been faced also by the world economy. As the annual event comes to an end today, WION Sumit Chaturvedi caught up with the executive committee member of the World Economic Forum on the progress that the event has made so far and the opportunities that lie ahead.
Okay, thanks for talking to us. First of all, we are here at World Economic Forum in Davos. How's been the event so far? What are the key takeaways from WEF Davos?
Well, thank you for this opportunity to talk about the annual meeting in Davos this year. It's the 50th anniversary, and I think for that fitting, so many actions coming from the business leaders and public leaders, and we're very excited about this stakeholder capitalism we put forward 50 years ago coming to life.
Okay, and talking about the world economy, so many economies in the world are currently going to slow down. Many issues are there. US-Iran tensions are far from over. Global trade wars are there. This year, what do you think big issues that will dominate global economy?
Well, the economy slowdown has been projected for some time, but it hasn't stabilized because of the geopolitical tension. I think we're happy to see some kind of a dialogue between leaders and major governments. It also happened in the World Economic Forum this week, and I think that will give a little bit of peace of mind for the investors.
And going forward, do you think that economy will be doing better from here? Because many countries across the world, they're going through a bit of slowdown. Do you think it's going to improve, though there is something like US election this year? So do you think it's going to improve further?
It is really hard to predict, right? We also have to work very hard together to stabilize the economy. But geopolitics is very hard to predict. You have the politics that's happening around the world. Again, the trade is a major issue. And for the Industrial Revolution that's transforming the business, there's a lot of variables there.
So the phase 1 of trade deal has been signed between US and China. Do you think that's something which will bring relief to markets, especially in Asia, the stock markets?
Well, we'll never know, right? But we have to work hard, and for that, World Economic Forum would like to be the facilitator of the open and frank conversations for the leaders.
Okay, talking about India, India is going through a bit of slowdown as well. What do you think about Indian economy? Do you think it's resilient? It's going to be, it's going to bounce back? What is your assessment of Indian economy?
I'm always optimistic about India. there's some projections that predict the slowdown, but it's always go for the open trading, right, and openness for the other countries' input, and that's what's really resilient.